Costs. So there are going to be legal fees, unfortunately. There's going to be legal fees, but it's cheaper. The legal process and the legal fees can be substantially cheaper than acquiring properties. The legal fees on the low end, this is if nobody contests it. If you run into Baltimore and you find a shell and it's like, don't nobody want this thing. Nobody's going to come and fight for this thing. You're probably only going to pay like 5 to 10K to get through this whole process because nobody's going to appeal. Nobody's going to fight. Nobody's going to push back. If you get into a hairy case, if you're trying to do this in a B-class neighborhood where there's a little bit more value and a higher chance of people contesting it, then you're getting into like that 25K range, in my opinion, 20 to 25K, 15 to 25K in legal fees to get this done. All cheaper than going out and buying $150,000 property or $100,000 shell. So this is teaching you how to get properties truly for pennies on a dollar, for peanuts. It's a very unique strategy. And there are plenty of people out doing this type of stuff. I won't say plenty because most people have never heard of this stuff. You need good representation. You need good representation. Don't try to do this yourself. Get the good representation. How do you know they're good? Look at their track record. Have they done this before? How many have they gotten around the bases to the finish line? Start asking those types of questions. That's what you almost want to hear from your representation. So I've done this plenty of times. I've been in the court. I know the judge. You want to kind of have somebody who's in the court, who's dealing with it, and who has rounded the bases. And you need good title work. You need a good title company that you can trust. And all title companies aren't reputable. Some you can't trust. Some are outright crooks. Half of them. Even though you can take over a property with this process, it does not wipe out liens. This is not a auction or something that would wipe out municipal liens or other liens on the property. So your title company, your title work has to be really tight. So there are websites which I can send. I'll send, if anybody's in the community and bothers me for them, I'll send you one of these websites where you can pretty much do pseudo like title work. It'll get you into the public records of many different like municipalities, and you can punch in information on a property and try to get some pre-title work, so you generally know what liens exist on the property. In a market like Philadelphia, and I would say in most of these areas, most of these cities, it is public record what liens are on the property. It would have to be, because if I put a $500,000 mortgage on your property, I want the world to know, because I don't want anybody coming in and not understanding that my lien position exists, you selling the property and me not getting paid. So all of this stuff is public record. You can usually check, but you want to be double sure. Some things might be like an IRS lien or something that is attached to the person, but also gets attached to their personal property, and it wasn't technically filed, but it's there. You need to kind of have a title company that'll do this.